The COVID-19 cases, Mark, are skyrocketing right now, and unfortunately experts believe that this is going to continue. The situation is going to get much worse, and this could end up being the worst COVID-19 wave that we've seen since the pandemic started. Sunday was a record-setting day. More than 10,000 COVID-19 patients checked into Florida hospitals. Experts worry the situation is about to get a lot worse.
And if it really manages to run all the way through the end of August, it could be up to as many as 4 times as what we have now.
It's a startling possibility, 2 to 4 times as many hospitalizations. USF Health Dr. Thomas Unash says the state could be seeing 40 to 80,000 cases a day in the coming weeks, meaning healthcare systems might not reach their peak until September. He says doctors and nurses are already feeling taxed.
I think there's some feelings of, despair because this was totally preventable. If people had gotten vaccinated, they wouldn't be in the hospital.
Baycare Health, which operates St. Joseph's hospitals in Hillsborough and Polk counties, says the number of COVID patients has quadrupled over the last 4 weeks, equaling the busiest peak in July of last year. At Tampa General, more than 90% of the beds are currently occupied, including 51 in the ICU for COVID patients. Unash says it's a drastic change from the outlook just a few weeks ago.
At the beginning of July 2nd, in Tampa General, they had, 8 people in their COVID unit. And they were holding a meeting to talk about whether they should shut the COVID unit down.
He says at least 95% of these hospitalizations continue to be patients who are unvaccinated. Experts believe that'll continue until COVID cases, which set a daily record over the weekend, peak out likely around late August or early September. Unash says it didn't have to be this way.
And it's because people listen to the misinformation that's on social media, or they just decided that it wasn't going to really affect them, or they just were lazy and put it off and said, well, I'll do it tomorrow. And now, well, tomorrow is too late.
And we just heard back from Advent Health, the third hospital system in our area. There are currently 275 COVID patients in Advent's hospitals in Hillsborough, Pasco, and Pinellas counties. Mark, that is the most that Advent has seen since the beginning of the pandemic last year.
It has been a steady rise for the better part of the last couple of weeks, and we're just hoping we're peaking here soon, if not already. We know. Keep tracking it for us, Aaron. Thanks.